Every single one of us has to make decisions every single day. A lot of them. What to wear, how to style our clothes, what to eat, how to eat, and the list goes on and on. This is not necessarily a bad thing. I personally enjoy having free will in this world of ours. The problem comes with an ever-growing connected world, growing social media platforms where we compare our success to others, bad news headlines hitting us from every angle calling us to have an opinion on every possible issue in the world, and even more tricky to navigate, new ways for advertisers to market things for us to buy every waking moment of the day. That's a lot to think about, form an opinion on, or say yes and no to on a regular basis. Do I leave a comment with my thoughts? What are my thoughts? What should I pick up for dinner tonight? Should I buy a new waffle maker? This one says it also does grilled cheese. And I'm only scratching the surface here. Many of us work, have families, hobbies, and chores to do around the house on a weekly basis. All of this information combined with our weekly to-dos can eventually become too much for us to process, leaving us exhausted and unfulfilled. This is called decision fatigue. Too many decisions in a day build up to a fatigue in your ability to make good choices anymore. My original thought process and original vision for this video was I was going to track every single decision I made for 24 hours to showcase how my decisions progressively got more exhausting and eventually worse. And then I was sort of going to link that to minimalism and show, hey, living more simply can alleviate these modern day issues for you, yada, yada, yada. But I realized very quickly that was not possible. Subconscious or not, these are some of the decisions I make every day, and you're about to learn why I refused to do this for 24 hours. First decision I'm making is, which towel do I use for my face? Which one do I use to catch the water? Grabbing my face wash. Do I want to pull out everything before I wash my face, or do I want to do it after? I guess I'll pull it out before. Then I'm choosing the order of things that I'm pulling out, where they go on the sink. And now I'm washing my face. I had to choose between cold or hot water. Choosing how I want to dry my face, if I want to pat dry or scrub dry, if I should dry the bottom of that, and if I should put that away. Now I'm mulling over what to do next, and it is my serum. Going onto my face, applying, should I start on my cheeks, should I start on my forehead? Looks like I picked my cheeks. Moving up, don't forget the neck. Maybe I shouldn't do the neck, we'll do the neck. All of these are decisions we make subconsciously. Now while I'm waiting for that to sink in, I'm thinking, what should I do to fill the time? Should I make the bed? Should I wipe the counter? Should I brush my teeth? Choosing to wipe the counter here. There was also a decision to wring out the wet part of that washcloth before wiping the counter. Again, a lot of these decisions are subconscious, but they totally add up. Now I'm deciding what to do next, and I roll over to brushing my teeth because that serum on my face hasn't fully sunk in yet. The toothpaste that I'm using was also a choice at the grocery store. I choose Sensodyne because I have sensitive little teeth. Now here I'm deciding, it's probably boring to be watching me brush my teeth, so how do I spice it up? Should I dance? Yes, I should. Enjoy. Continue brushing my teeth for 3 whole minutes. Dentists, don't at me. Alright, now I'm seeing, is my skin tight or not? If it is, I need a little extra moisture. If it's not, I'll just go in with my sunscreen. But today I did need that little bit of extra moisture. Now I'm deciding how much of that lotion, if I should rub it in my hands or just apply it directly to my face, how I'm applying it to my face, if I'm going to apply it to my neck. And now that that sinks in, I'm deciding, what should I do to fill the time? And I chose to make the bed. I also want to let you guys know about the 8,000 decisions I had to make when filming this, what angles I'm going to get, what lighting I'm going to get, what shots I'm going to get. So those were also many decisions I had to make that particular morning. Yeah, so that was a bust. However, this message still seemed important enough to get out into the world. I used to be under the impression that if I had enough willpower, I could fight decision fatigue in its entirety. Unfortunately, much like my first attempt at this video, that was not successful. I wouldn't even say it's possible for any human to do. I don't think I am the problem here. but I do think I have found a bit of a solution. While this is not a catch-all for all the problems in our lives, or even really a catch-all for decision fatigue as a whole, as most of us still live among the masses, and we sure do live in a society, I do still believe that living more minimally has helped me greatly cut down on decision fatigue in my life, and I believe it could for you too. Not having to mull over quite so many options with what we're going to wear, how we're going to style our hair, what things we want to buy, and what to clean the house with helps us generally be more mindful and strong-willed for the big choices that come our way. I live a pretty normal life, just without excess. And I believe implementing minimalism into your life, even in small areas, can be immensely impactful. What do you think about decision fatigue? I'm curious to know your thoughts down below. I have a lot of new subscribers and a lot of new subscribers from different places in the world. So I'm curious, please let me know in the comments, what do you think about decision fatigue and what do you think an ideal solution for it would be? If I've at all inspired your curiosity to the possible benefits of this lifestyle, even just implementing it in some places in your life, please consider checking out some of my other content and subscribing. Minimalism is not the only content I create on my various platforms, but it is a main pillar of what holds up my channel. I also give a lot of personalized tips on Instagram and TikTok, both of which will be linked in the description box down below if you're interested in something a little bit more personalized. Guys, editing me here, and wow, do I look tired. Probably because I am. I just wanted to pop on here to say that I mentioned in my last video that at 500 subscribers I would be getting a new camera so the quality of my videos could go up for you guys, and we did hit that number, so thank you to all of my new and old subscribers. I have some things like random little clips for future videos that's already filmed up until like mid-October. So for continuity reasons, it's going to be on my phone until about then. I also have to research cameras because with an investment that big, I want to make sure it's the right one. So I would say timeline-wise, I'm going to be getting a new camera and learning how to use it right around December, maybe over Vlogmas if I do Vlogmas this year. So keep an eye out for that, and thank you so much for your support. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye. To anyone still watching this video, thank you. Gonna go off script for a second. I had made a TikTok recently how I wanted to test my natural circadian rhythm for like a month or maybe 2 weeks. I don't exactly remember. So I want to ask your guys' opinion on something. I want to make a 30-day challenge video testing my natural circadian rhythm, which is night owl. What do you guys think about that? And my natural circadian rhythm is night owl. And I was experimenting to see if my life got any better by letting my body just sort of be, as opposed to trying to fit into the schedule that has been created for us by the society that we live in. And that video was a major bust because I kept having things come up in the day, because that's when the world operates, is during the day, that I had to force myself to wake up for. And then I wasn't able to stay up as late as I normally would on like my natural clock because I had to keep getting up for shit because that's the way the world runs. So that video was a total bust. I am not going to redo it because it put my life into utter chaos for like 2 weeks. And I've tried to do this video 2 separate times. So I'm not going to be doing that video, but just know it was unsuccessful. My life was utter chaos. And unfortunately, we do have to live in the world that is created for us, at least in some regard. So that's that on that. And I'll see you next week.